The first one is she's sleeping with her best friend's ex. I know that this is a problem a lot. Like for humans, like it's well, if you're watching on Instagram and you understand what we're talking about, or if you're watching on Twitch and you see it, how much of a problem on a scale from 1 to 10 would that be for you on somebody you used to dealing with one of your exes, or vice versa? How much of like a major issue is that for you? How much? How about you, make it? Would you like, so if one of your like an ex that you had was dealing with one of your, like, your best friend, so like it's not like I don't know if Make It has a best friend, so yeah, so it might be a little different.
Sometimes I feel like but if it did happen, like, cause I do have friends. I do have niggas. I did have friends that fuck with niggas that I fuck with. Hey, maybe I was meant for each other. I'm not gonna hate.
Okay.
This is true facts, because I really did have a friend that fucked with one of my ex. She even had a baby. Mm-hmm. And she asked me what I thought, and I was like, hey, he wasn't right for me. He might be right for you. Period. There's nothing I could do about it. Like, life goes on. It wasn't right for me. Like, maybe it was just signs and introductions to it. Mm-hmm. The crazy part is she didn't meet him through me. She just met him and just found out, like, oh, I was like, nah, I fucked that nigga too. And was it. I'm still cool with her. I have no problems with her.
That's why they said best friend, because I don't know one girl that you talked to from your past. So y'all just, y'all not cool. Y'all don't got beef.
I have associates. I don't have best friends. I have associates. I got people that I would deal with on a certain term.
You do? Like associates? You know, like, you got people you associate with?
No, what I'm saying is, like, I would, like, my past associates. I have no friends right now.
That's why she said this her best friend. She's dealing with her best friend ex right now.
Oh, well, I have no best friend.
Would you think? That's why I don't know. Like, I got a best friend.
I don't think I would care. Like, it is what it is. Like, ain't no harm feeling. Like, I'm not about to be like no dick get between me and our relationship. We probably went through the trenches together.
I don't think it's dick or pussy that ever gets in between relationships. Like, I think that's what we say. Like, to sum it up.
But I'm saying how I feel.
I think it'd be like emotional shit, emotional strain, different feelings that we might not be able to necessarily, like,
maybe it was meant to be
tap in or some shit like that.
Meet him for you to be happy.
Yeah.
He just didn't make me happy. Maybe he made me happy at that time, but he made you happy.
I
don't care. I don't really care for that shit.
Yeah. I don't have an issue with that, because I really don't have, like, I had ex-girlfriends that I kicked it with and was more cordial with, to where, like, even since I've been in a relationship with Medkit, where we spoke on the phone book and, like, kicked it on, like, more than occasion. So now we really associated. That girl sent me money. Like, when me and Medkit had to move, I asked her, I'm like, yo, bro, it was fucked up. I really needed some chicken. I hit her up. She sent me some bread. Like that. So, but we had a fallout technically. She been on the stream before and shit too, but she is how she is. So we don't fuck with each other. I'm aware that I don't fuck with her though, like. But not because it's beef necessarily, because we just ain't fucking with each other. But I think if I called her, try to kick it with her, we probably kick it. It'd be nothing. But right now we don't. And one time I think she thought my cousin was cute. And I was like, yo, what's up? You wanna? And, or who? Yeah, my uncle. And I was like, oh, what's my uncle? Yeah. And I told my uncle, like, nah, man. Oh, I think I showed. We was talking and I actually showed him a picture of our shit. He's like, oh, I'm like, nigga, like, yeah, nigga. And I think that bothered her. more than him, maybe, because maybe she felt like that devalued her. But
you tried to pass her on.
But I ain't think like that. I really think about happiness. Like,
no, she told you he was cute.
Yeah, like he looked good, and I'm like, oh nah, niggas could. But I don't know. Maybe she wanted me to be a but I hope not, because that's just a crazy mentality. But I understand the real value of like happiness and shit like that. So like, I will never try to block happiness. It's just not something that I do.
I feel like, well, I float your boat because it wasn't floating my boat.
Sorry, Haley.
When
she said sorry to her like that?
You don't just want a cold one.
Is that foul? I'm not sure.
I'm not gonna front. Even my baby father, somebody asked me, like, what if such and such fuck with your baby father? I was like, I'll be a happy person in the world because, one,
don't say that other part, because when you say that, I always want to correct you, but it's the wildest part. She goes, that's what she say.
But if she would have, I would have accepted it because I know her.
Okay.
And I know she good with kids.
Because Miss Pat was good with kids too.
Yeah, so, but what I'm saying is the whole thing, but she couldn't get
happiness. You wanted him to be happy and her to be happy. It gotta be. And if happy people do happier things,
and guess what? It makes everybody happy.
Everybody happy. There you go.
I told her, I was like, I wouldn't even give a fuck. I suggest that shit, and the person got mad that I even said it. The person that asked me got mad. I was like, nah, I suggest that shit. Like, man, listen, I know her. It's even better. Now,
so my last ex-boyfriend left me for another girl in my friend group. And then my current boyfriend right now was one of his friends. Talking things out, like, is the best form of anything.
I helped a loved one with a credit card fraud.
What's a loved one? Is it a friend, a homegirl?
So, I was on Tinder one day, and I was just scrolling through, and I see this guy. We started talking, and he was just kind of joking around. I was like, what do you do for a living? He was like, I rob banks. I was like, cool. Do you need, like, an assistant? And he was like, yeah. And I met up with him, and he was for real. He was like, hey, help me, and we'll make, like, $5K a day, blah, blah, blah. I was, like, sick with it. I'm trying to quit my job. I hate it there. Turns out he was a meth smoker, and I was like, cool, do your thing, whatever. And I ended up getting secondhand high off of it, and I didn't realize that that's what was going on. I was just like, oh, this guy's cool, he's a rapper, and he got a Tesla. Yeah. Oddly enough, the way that I got out of it was he ghosted me, and his name is Donovan. If you ever see him, tell him I said I better not catch him in the street. Yeah. You go.
I agree. We out of here, y'all. Get y'all enough today, man.
I went through. I was stupid enough to do it,
Watch the video.
It's a shame. No one should go through that.
I don't feel like I'm going to go to heaven when I die.
Oh, Lord. Big girl. I had a feeling it was big girl in the world.
I'm just nervous. Oh no, I feel like I'm about to start crying. I was in a church for like 4 years. And I don't know. I felt like I was there. And I found a family, but it just felt like I was there for people. When I decided to leave, that was like the first thing that reminded me was that once I left the church, I left God. And when I leave God, that means I'm going to hell. And part of me kind of believes them. Like, I don't deserve a spot in heaven.
What?
Because I don't do anything to build my place there, if that makes sense. Sorry.
What?
I would get deeper into that, but now might not be the time.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
I'm sorry.
No, nothing to be sorry for. We're here with you.
There's healing in tears.
Okay.
What helped me was thinking and knowing that there is something out there.
Okay,
there is a God, there is a heaven, or whatever you want to believe in, but nobody would tell you what it is. But, you're not alone.
Thank you.
And I'll be honest with you, at this point in my life, I would never date a female that's totally into religion. I just could not do it.
I would date a Mel that was.
I'm in love with my best friend,
it's not worth it.
but I don't want to risk losing our friendship.
What it was said? Peach.
Lemon.
Say I'm in love with my best
Simply
friend, but I don't
spice.
want to risk losing it.
Oh.
Alright, the author has decided not to claim the secret, but if you would like them to know that they're not alone, you may step forward on 3.
That's fire because the person now, I feel like that's mind games. Because if she told her best friend that she was going up there and just didn't step up to it, now he knows she's trying to put the ball in his or her court. Yeah, his or her court.
2, 3.
Okay.
This happened. I had met my friend in 7th grade.
Oh, God. Ah, man, yo, man.
And I fell in love with him. And since I was a girl and she was a girl, I didn't let her know. Only to then get outed. My mom found out. My family found out. I remember walking past her and just not talking to her. I forgave her over time. But the funny thing is that she did end up dating another girl in college. So, so that's friendships for me. Yeah.
Huh. I've been married for 6 years and I'm still a virgin.
I've been married for 6 years and I'm still a virgin?
Oh, that's the person who wrote that shit.
It's really embarrassing. I have been married to my husband for 6 years, and we, I have never had sex. I have a very skewed, a very skewed view on sex. A lot of sexual abuse.
Yo, we talked earlier about, like, it's at the bottom. Like, this is in her mind, but we talked about, like, if she ain't got no brains. I just put it like that, but, like, because we had a conversation with somebody who said that, you know, they was going through issues in their relationship because they girl didn't give no head.
I never had a healthy view of sex. I never got the chance. And then, you know, through a little bit of therapy, because I am Christian, this whole time, there's this big view
That's
of, like,
another thing. So
this big lie of, like,
sexual
you need to
abuse
save
and
yourself for
Christianity
marriage,
mix
you know?
this thing up.
And then
It's crazy.
on your wedding night, like, that's it. And then I got married. And on my wedding night, like, that didn't happen. And I was, like, so ashamed. And my, like, my family, God bless them, but they, you know, made comments of, like, you know, because I want my kid's name to be Gracie. Like, when are we gonna see little Gracie around? Like,
see?
And so I have...
Now, some people will be like, yo, would I step on her shit? But I would like to know more about her sexual abuse. Because shut the fuck up and suck this dick and let me fuck you if you was abused by your family, but you still rock with them. Maybe you need to rebel against the people that did fucked up shit to you so that you and I could grow closer, so that you could trust me to get over your problems. Because now she on her thing. So people might have hurt you before, but if I'm not here to hurt you and you know I'm not here to hurt you, why we gotta go through that? So I would like her to actually tell us.
A lot of pressure, and my husband, most amazing dude in the world. He's been so patient. And I feel guilty all the time. I feel guilty, and I'm like, man, he should be with someone else. because I can't give him that. I hope I get there because I want to have kids so bad. Because it's like, how come everybody else gets to do this, but I can't? It's just not fair.
And you know why it's fucked up? Because you heard what she said, right? Because I want to have kids. It's not even in her mind if he want to have kids. So, like when I was talking to Mad Kid about love, saying it's the same thing, right? So she don't love herself. So she can't really love him. So, like, he with her going through that. Remember I said earlier with the shit, like, I'm going to try to talk and negotiate. So, we already know what side I'm on. But there are people who will be like, get the fuck out of here. And it's not love because, like, so part of what attracted me to Mad Kid, of course, is her story. All the things that I'm finding out that she been through when I was in prison. Now I'm feeling like, oh, she need love or deserve it, and I want to give her love. If she, now, it's now you suspect reciprocation, I guess. Like, I hope she's. That's not a thought that might, but I hope she's thinking like that about me. Like, damn, nigga don't got nobody. I never, like, why would I ever do that? Because that's the way that I'm going to be thinking. I don't want to put her in a position where she feel like this. She could be thinking, I don't want to put him in a position where he might be feeling like this. If we both not on the same page, it's going to cause issues. This is something that I would like to know more about. Is her husband having sex with other people? Is he allowed to? I don't want to say I imagine he is, but I would like to know more.
That's it. Watch live and local news on a variety of networks.
I don't like this part. Because it's wrong. This wrong.
Yeah.
Why you feel like it's wrong?
Because, like, if she was the only one, that's something that she didn't want to get out.
Mm-hmm. No, so I remember one time I was talking to Mad Kid and about, I guess it maybe about consoling me, or now, if I don't deserve to be consoled, don't console me. Right? I'm making her husband consoled her over the pain. She's still having a hard time getting over it. Sometimes it's not okay to make it feel like it's okay. Because in that circle, she said her husband's a good dude, right? Mm-hmm. She said she want to get over it because she want to have kids. What if he want to have kids?
Yeah, come here.
So you get a hug. Because I understand you've been through some shit. That's one of the things that hurt me the most. So little shit like this, I know people think I'm crazy, but so earlier, remember I was talking to Mad Kid and I was like, should I not have loved Deuce? And she like, yeah, of course you should. Because she was like, oh, it's not this my daughter. Like, I'm gonna love somebody else as much. And I'm like, should I just, I remember one of my family members saying was like, told me, he's like, she not your family? And I remember that was like the craziest thing in the world to me. Like, what were you talking about? So, one of the things that always fuck with me is when I could get over, like, so if I was her, I fuck my husband. I beat it. Like, yeah, I was fucked up, but I fucked my husband. And I'm going to tell you, you never get as much love or support for doing the right thing. So, like, nobody really niggas never even gave me a hug like, yo, my nigga, you know you was different. Yo, you was traumatizing. You should have been like this, but when you was interacting with Deuce, why you wasn't like that? It don't matter. So I realized, I'm like, cause to her, she gotta feel like she gonna feel like she making a sacrifice, right? But imagine we big people up for not making a sacrifice.